Hello, friends. I am right now in Uruguay and in a place called Punto del Estes. I gave a talk this morning to a wonderful group of people who were very reflective, self reflective, and also very responsive. In any case, I have now a trip. I have to travel 2 hours to go to Montevideo and from there take a flight to Chile, to Santiago, and then the red eye to New York City. Anyway, so I had some time after my talk and I took an Uber and I went to a local shopping mall just to walk around and, yeah, experience the environment. And then I entered what seemed to be a little food court, and I saw a young man eating a rice bowl, uh, poke salmon. So, salmon, poke rice bowl. And I realized that this young man probably didn't know that the mystery of existence was right in that rice bowl, poke salmon rice bowl, and also in him. Let me explain what I mean. Okay, from a scientific perspective, and then from a consciousness perspective. So the salmon came from the ocean, and it was basically the recycling of the ecosystem of life in the ocean. And of course, all the life forms in the ocean, they eat each other, meaning other species, sometimes their own species, but they also survive on plankton. So animals eat either other animals or they eat basically plants. And ultimately, all that life comes from photons, okay, which are quantum events. And so, without the sun giving photons to this planet, we would not have any life. In that sense, all food is quantum food. All food is quantum food, and we are derived from it. In any case, the salmon was the recycling of the ocean or the ecosystem of life in the ocean, but ultimately all derived from photons. Then, the rice bowl also contained rice, which is a form of grass that is coming from photons. And of course, there were some beans and some vegetables and some salad, essentially all plants derived from photons, the energy of the sun. So, right in that rice bowl was the energy of the sun recycling as the body mind, which is the recycling of the sun's photons. I shouldn't say the recycling of the sun's photons on planet Earth. But in order to have this experience, everything has to be right. The Earth has to spin on its own axis at a certain speed. It has to go around the sun at a certain speed. You have to have seasons, and then you have to have gravity, and you have to have electromagnetic, activity. Very complicated, but in that rice bowl was the history of planet Earth, but also the history of cosmic evolution that includes the formation of stars and then, the microwave background radiation, which suggests a Big Bang. Although we don't know what caused the Big Bang, we don't know what happened at the Planck epoch, we don't know why cosmic inflation is so precise. The mystery of the universe was in that rice bowl. You and what you eat is the history of the universe. And it's all very mysterious. We don't know, how this was so precise so that I can have this conversation with you. Philosophical theories, strong anthropic principle, etc., etc. But forget the theories for now. Okay, so that was on the level of scientific inquiry. But in order to have that scientific inquiry and to even analyze this experience, we had to have language, we have to have access to language models, mathematics, models of reality, etc. So what I've just described to you as the history of the universe is a particular model of reality, not reality itself. So now let's look at the same experience from a totally different point of view, okay? The young man went to eat because he was hungry, probably. Okay, most of us, of course, eat when we're not hungry. We are trying to fill some other kind of hunger, including emotional hunger and all of that. But he was hungry in some way or the other. And that hunger is a sensation. If it's physical hunger, it's a bodily sensation. If it's emotional hunger, it's still a bodily sensation. So the young man went to eat, and there was a meaty feeling to it because he was eating salmon, and there was a crunchy feeling because there were little nuts in there and all that. But he was eating the food because he felt a sensation. While eating the food, he felt a combination of sensations. And then when he was satisfied and he had a glass of water, then he was satiating sensations of hunger and thirst into an experience called satisfied feeling. All the while, awareness was experiencing itself as sensations and then modeling it as a body, as mind, as the physical world, as the history of the universe, on and on. And even the atoms in the body were ultimately made in the crucible of burning stars. That was all modeling. What was the actual experience? Sensations all the way. Sensation of hunger and thirst, sensation of eating, sensation of satisfaction, alleviation of hunger and thirst. So all the time, the real reality was awareness experiencing its form as sensations and then modeling it. But even the models were derived in that consciousness, that one consciousness. So what do we call that one consciousness? I hesitate to say it, but it's the mystery of our existence. And in religions, that has been modeled as God. So we can't escape the fact that if you ask a religious person, what is the mystery of this existence, they'll say God. But then they'll create models of God, so a model of God as a father figure, a model of God as multiple deities, models of God, divine feminine, but these are all models of God. What is God? Freeman Dyson, the great physicist from Princeton, he said, God is what mind becomes when it passes the threshold of our understanding. And certainly everything I've described, both as the modeling of reality and even the experience of reality, I've described in words and languages. You needed language to evolve for me to describe this, and then you need not only language but technology. All the creation of that one consciousness. You and I didn't create technology, it evolved through us. It evolved through us. And of course, because we feel separate from the universe, we actually use that technology for diabolical purposes as well. But just imagine the technology it took for me to share this video with you. Uber. Okay. I bought some socks, used a credit card, even though I'm not living here. And Uber takes into account grand theory of, the grand theory of relativity, because GPS depends on that. So everything I did is part of cosmic, biological, and then technological evolution. And where is this happening? And through what is it happening? Of course, it's happening through the human mind, but at the back of it, the human mind is the modification of that one consciousness, the divine mystery that passes the threshold of our comprehension. No one can explain this. There's no explanation for this mystery, although we can create models of the mystery and extend the mystery even to more unfathomable levels. So, who or what is God? God is exactly that. When the mind passes the threshold of our comprehension, then we surrender to the mystery we call God, but then we also have created language, mathematics, technology to create models of that mystery. And that is something very divine. And the fact that we can do that means that you and I, as this mystery, are connected to the divine mystery. No matter what you do, there is God.